Dear student, now I am going to start lecture 2 of the remaining part of the chapter 1 Pakistan Zindabad by John Walton. As I have discussed in my earlier lecture that Chaudhry Rahmat Ali coined the name Pakistan in 1933. He coined the name Pakistan, and Pakistan word means the land of Pak and pure people. So I have discussed in my previous lecture. Now moving forward, I have written here, an enemy of today is a friend of tomorrow. An enemy of today is a friend of tomorrow. Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah said that an enemy of today is a friend of tomorrow. He told Indian, like when to quench the thirst of enmity after the creation of Pakistan, Hindus and Muslims started fighting with one another and the violence occurred. They started killing one another. So at that time the situation became worst, and it was the terrible time for the Pakistan at that time. So situation started worse. So Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah even shake hand of friendship, and he said that an enemy of today is a friend of tomorrow. And another point, Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah said that no power on earth can prevent Pakistan. He was very confident. Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, under the dynamic leadership of Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he made it possible. He enkindled a spirit of enthusiasm and jubilation among the Muslims. He said that Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah made it possible for the Muslims, and they demanded a separate homeland, and they achieved this victory. So only this is the ceaseless struggle and everlasting struggle of Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He made it possible, and Pakistan came into being on 14th August 1947. Though the earliest year were crucial and the terrible time Pakistan was facing at that time, no infrastructure, no teachers, no traders, and the situation was worst. So I want to discuss few points from the textbook are important regarding this. Now, if you open the page number 3, so since the Qaid Azam led his people through the terrible first year of their history, when the country was divided, the millions of Muslims crossed the new border of the state, and 6.5 million Muslims leaving India, and 5.5 million Hindus leaving Pakistan. Now that was the problem. 6.5 million Muslims leaving India. When they came Pakistan, it was the gigantic task for the newly government to rehabilitate 6.5 million Muslims and to give food and shelter to those people. But the government of Pakistan was become successful to handling this problem. It was only possible due to the leadership quality, and they made it possible. So that problem was solved later on. And I told you that after the end of Mughal Empire, so the British India and the British, they think that we are now powerless. The Lord Mountbatten announced then on 15th August 1947, we will leave India, and we will hand over the power to Hindus and Muslims. So the things were decided, and the provinces voted to join Pakistan. Sindh, NWFP, Punjab, Sylhet, and East Bengal. These provinces voted to join Pakistan, and East Bengal became separated, and in 1971 Bangladesh. So Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was thinking approximately larger population, but approximately 70 million population and fifth largest nation in the Muslim world. So only it was possible due to the ceaseless struggle of Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and he done it and achieved this victory. Later on, Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah desired to include K in Pakistan, like Kashmir in Pakistan. But due to the conspiracy of the Hindu Maharaja, he took Hindu side, and the problem doesn't resolve till today. The Kashmir problem isn't resolved. So the problem remained unsettled due to the conspiracy of the Hindu Maharaja. Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah died on 11th September 1948. When he came to Karachi, at that time there were no crowds, and there were no people, like the excitement in the people, because they were not informed. Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah actually he was seriously ill, and people were not informed regarding Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah is coming to Karachi again, and he is seriously ill. People were not aware, and Qadi Azam kept secret to himself of his illness. So So he kept secret to himself of his illness. And later on he died on 11 September 1948, and he was buried in Karachi, the heart of Pakistan. And I want to define one more point. As Stanley Wolpert, he said that fewer individuals significantly alter the course of history. Fewer still modify the map of the world. Hardly one can be created with creating a nation. Muhammad Ali Jinnah did all three. Like under the leadership of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Muslims achieved a separate homeland as they wanted. So only it was possible due to the ceaseless struggle of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Though at that time Pakistan was facing crucial time at the early years of independence, when the Hindus and Muslims violence occurred, and Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was worried and he was thinking about thousands of people when they were crossing new borders. But Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah made it possible. Like the dream of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah came true, and he made it Pakistan, and he created Pakistan, and Pakistan came into being on 14th August 1947. So one more point, worry of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah over homeless people. Throughout the chapter, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, on the first page, I told you that Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah gave no sign of his feeling. He just smiled from the balcony of the government house. So he gave no feeling. He was worried about the violence of the Hindu-Muslim violence occurred at that time. Overall, I have discussed and covered important point in the first chapter, the first part and the second part, and the quotation and the provinces that voted to join Pakistan, why Kashmir not join Pakistan, and the population of Pakistan at that time, and I have covered the terrible points that people were facing at that time, terrible time. And later on, I have covered the provinces that voted to join Pakistan, and the population, and the Lord Mountbatten announcement. We have covered these important point, and except that, like I have covered one more point. I told you that the mass civil disobedience plan occurred at that time. I told you regarding the mass civil disobedience plan, when the British India at that time, Britishers thought that we were powerless and we want to leave India. So mass civil disobedience plan occurred, and people they started leaving jobs from the armies, police, and other department, and they didn't pay taxes, and they were not allowed to go outside, and they were allowed to go outside, but they denied taxes, and they denied to purchase alcohol and other sort of things. Once the people started campaign, and they sat outside the shop, and when the people coming to purchase anything from the shop, they boycotted the foreign made things, and they said don't purchase the liquor from that shop. Like they guided people, don't give tax and leave jobs, and we don't want Britishers, and we want like Hindus said that we want, Muslims said that we want separate homeland. And at that time, even Gandhiji boycotted like the foreign good made, and Gandhiji also at that time supported that mass civil disobedience plan. Mostly political leaders, they were present, and Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah neither supported or not disfavored, because he said that we want separate homeland and we want a new country. So he made it possible under dynamic leadership. So that is like I have covered the important point in this chapter. Now we will inshallah discuss chapter number 2, Birkenhead in my second lecture. So second lecture inshallah I will cover the whole chapter inshallah. Thank you for listening.